everybody, Flo here. I promised you a follow-up on that Dooney and Bourke bag that had the damage. There's another twist to it too that's kind of funny, but before I get started on that though, so you can see I made a little run of mini-sew again. I thought about going in and buying some of those little cats on, say, eBay or some other secondary market. My word, the prices! I was like, oh my gosh, there's no way I'm spending that much. I could get several for what a seller wanted for just one of them. So I decided it was worth a drive over, and I got some. So what did I get? I got this cute little cat. Now I was wrong. I had said in the previous video when I talked about the mini-sew figures that it was a cat in a box of popcorn, but it's actually a cat in an ice cream cup. The red and white stripes were what confused me. Apparently in Japan, the red and white is an ice cream brand maybe? I don't know. I'm not real familiar with Japanese culture enough, but I loved the wink. I thought that was so cute. Keeping with the ice cream theme, which is what they all seem to be at mini-sew right now, is a more hard bag charm. Hope that's not reflecting too much. It's also a little cat in an ice cream cone. It dawned on me too why I'm kind of drawn to these. Many years ago I used to collect a figure called Kitty Cucumber. If by chance you remember Kitty Cucumber or you've heard of her, be sure to share that down in the comments, because I was like one of the only people I knew that knew about Kitty Cucumber even, and I had a decent sized collection at one point in time. And then this is my favorite. I love these like squishy charms, and that's what this one is. And there's the cat licking the ice cream. And then I did something I very seldom ever do. I bought a blind box. Usually I don't buy them because inevitably I open it up and it's one that I don't like. But this one I liked all four. I'm going to show you. You had a couple. There's another shark, and I think that's a penguin on this side. And then on this side you've got two other colored sharks. I like the faces too. I think they're so cute. Getting a little glare from my window. I hope you can see that. So, which one did I get? I'm going to take Chris's advice. He always opens from the bottom. Might be easier said than done on this. There's a lot of glue on here. Also something coming out. Well, I guess we're not going to do it that way. We're going to do it from the top. Top's not any easier. I think we've got it. Talk amongst yourselves. Okay. And I got the little penguin, which is the one I really liked. How cute. Let's get it out of the plastic here. Have a good look at it. I liked them all, but that was the one I was really hoping for. Oh my gosh, is that adorable. And it's a little bit smaller than the standard ones, but that's okay. So, it's got a little hook. I'll have to put that on something. I've got some of those O-ring type hooks that'll work really well on. So I can put it on a bag. How cute. Okay, so back to the bag story. I decided to take a run over to visit my shoe repair guy, and when I walked in he kind of looked at it and he made this face, but then he went running off to the back room with it, and I was like, well, apparently he's going to try and do something with it. He said the biggest issue was going to be the color. I've since learned that this color is called teal, which makes sense. That's why it is sort of blue with green undertones. Was not prepared. He was back there about 15 minutes and he came out and he says, well, it doesn't look perfect. And he turned it over and I'm like, it looks a heck of a lot better than it did before. So I'm going to show you the corner here. I think he did a wonderful job. I mean, there's a little bit of shine to it, but as far as the color, and my main concern was too that with that being scraped so badly, if you got out into the weather and it got under that surface, it might eat away at your finish. Because I'm not sure exactly what Dooney and Bourke's process is on that. I know it's a pretty durable, and that was what we laughed about too. He says, "Oh, that's a beautiful bag." He says it was definitely worth repairing, and we both were like, "I wonder what the heck she did to it," because even he said, you know, they wear like iron and they're wonderful bags, and we had a nice discussion about it. We always have a good discussion about whatever the product is. So I carried it for the next couple days. He told me to wait 24 hours after he repaired it, just so I didn't have to worry about any color transfer. So in the meantime, in the midst of all of this, I had been on eBay again looking at other ones. And, well, we all know how that goes. Came across one in a color I had never seen before. It's basically the same bag. The only real differences are the color of the leather. This is more like what you're getting on Dooney and Bourke bags now, as far as the color. This other, it is a much more tan shade. You can see here if I hold them side by side. They don't, yeah, I can get back far enough. And then the logo. The first one had the duck logo, which is, you know, the long time Dooney symbol. And then this one has the metal logo. But the layout of the bag is exactly the same. I'll show you just how much this holds too. Let me get these out of the way. I'm gonna clean my bag out because I also have something else I want to show you in this. I was like, oh, so my key. Sorry about that, folks. The battery died. Anyhow, I was going to show you everything that I carry in this bag, just so you can get an idea of how much room. And I wanted to show you the interior a little bit more. Okay, so you have my key pouch, which I keep my key fob in so that it doesn't bump up against other things in my car and accidentally unlock it or lock it. I have one of these little pouches from Zumoni that was a gift somebody gave me that I just keep 2 pens in, and I figured that's a good way to keep it from getting all over my purse. My hand sanitizer, and of course it's got little Hello Kitty Pachaka stickers that I stuck on it. This is one I got at Five Below. I think it was $3. It works just as well as any other sanitizer. Of course, my house keys. They were on the leash. And this keychain, they don't make this one anymore. In fact, I'm kind of disappointed. They don't make a lot of the designs. But this is from a company called Eliza B, which is out of Connecticut, if I remember correctly. They make really nice flip-flop sandals that are super comfortable. If you're somebody that likes flip-flops, but you don't like that rubbery piece in between your toes, theirs are made out of a ribbon type material. Super comfortable. Highly recommend them. And then they make other things like the keychains, and sometimes they have a tote bag. I have my sunglasses case, my reading glasses. This is a Kate Spade pencil case. I use it as a toiletries bag. One of these days I'll talk about using pencil cases as toiletry bag. Just sort of a weird discovery I made, and it works very well because I always have to have an inhaler with me. My Portland Leather Goods change purse. That was a freebie. I'm ashamed to admit I'm a unicorn. If you're a Portland Leather Goods fan and you're a unicorn, then you know what it means. And that was my sneaky good stuff one time. And that's it. I apparently took my wallet out already. So, what's interesting about this bag is it has the standard pocket setup that you get in most Dooney bags. You've got a pocket over here and a zip pocket here. Well, there's my wallet. And then you have another loose pocket here. But then I was surprised when I discovered this, because in the other bag it was kind of hidden down under the flap, is this huge pocket. I'm assuming they intend that for maybe a tablet or a Kindle, something like that. It's nice if you have like a large postcard. I had one the other day to use, and I'm trying to think what else. You could use that maybe even papers folded in half, because the bag's wide enough. It's 11 inches from side to side, so you could use it that way. So, but now I have two. The one that's repaired and this one. This color is called Terracotta, in case you have never seen it. I'm hoping it doesn't show like super orange. Every picture I've taken of it, it looks like it's an orange bag. And it's not. It's a true terracotta, if you're familiar with it. Reminds me of like a little bit darker shade than those pots we all buy for putting plants in. But I love it. And I've got one of my favorite charms, my coffee charm. I've talked about it before. And my Toad the Wet Sprocket keychain. I'm a big fan of theirs. I've seen them in concert several times and got to meet the band. But that's the whole story. It's kind of like when you give a mouse a cookie. You get one bag and you end up with another one. I don't know. I'd love if you would like this video, and if you would subscribe, I'd be really grateful. Not sure what else I'm going to be talking about soon. I haven't really thought about it too hard, but I did want to get this out there because it's the sequel to the other part. So thanks for watching and have a wonderful day.